also on Amazon.
Or if you're American and you've never heard of Mr. Jessup, it's also interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting. He's kind of like Mr. Rogers, but better because he's Canadian. My last have seen was again really auspicious in terms of choice, but it was the Jonas Brothers documentary, Jonas Brothers Chasing Happiness.
It's been nearly 6 years since we had spent time together, just the three of us, as brothers.
We were not supposed to get out of Jersey.
We loved music growing up. Dad was the pastor of a church. As a child, like, it was just always around us. We had a
Really tight-knit family, and we became each other's best friends.
We started to write on our own. Overnight, we're a band. We're doing it. We're living our dream. Things began to shift in the church.
And it is quite a good documentary. It is about the rise and the fall of the Jonas Brothers. I don't know if you know who the Jonas Brothers are, Jordan, but they were quite a popular
Never heard of
band from the Disney Channel. And how they started.
I think one of them was the co-star of Demi Lovato, that famous singer who I do know, but you know,
it's basically about how they got big. It talks about like they used to drive around in a van, like they would drive
down by the river.
They would live in pretty much. Yeah, they lived in like New Jersey or whatever, and they would drive like all across the state, basically doing shows at schools. Like at one point they show footage of them performing like old school Jonas Brothers, like when they sang American Dragon, Jake Long, like short haired Joe Jonas Brothers. Before Nick's voice dropped, Jonas Brothers, when they sang Year 3000, of them performing at like high school or like elementary school assemblies. And I'm just like can you imagine being like at the time a 13-year-old 14-year-old kid, and then like 6 years later you're like, oh my god, the Jonas Brothers, who are now huge, performed in my gymnasium. Like I just can't imagine being that kid. And this documentary, so the Jonas Brothers very famously broke up, and so this documentary was about them getting back together. And in order for you to kind of understand that was a big deal at the time. Like them breaking up was this massive thing. They refused to talk to each other or acknowledge each other at all in years. And they just out of nowhere announced, we're getting back together. We're doing a new album and we're doing a new tour out of nowhere. And so this movie was promoting that album and tour. That was the idea. And when it is fluffy, like when it is just fluff and it's the Jonas Brothers talking about how awesome they are and bragging about their success and fame, it fucking sucks. And it's awful. And it's not fun to watch. But when it breaks down and it's them being human, and like it's more human moments amongst them, and it's them talking about breaking up. Like there's a moment where they're all sitting together drinking and talking, and they're playing this like truth game where they flip a card and they have to tell a truth. And so there's a moment where they talk about I'm gonna jump all over the place with this one, but there's a moment where
jump
Joe,
around, jump
Joe
around,
Joe
jump
and
up,
Nick,
jump up, and jump down.
Joe and Nick get invited to do a Jonas Brothers concert, but Kevin isn't there. And there's a bunch of moments where like they talk about, Joe's like, I felt like you were holding us back.
to me. Why did you play a Jonas Brothers radio show after we broke up? Oof. Whew. I think it's because we felt you were holding us back. That's the truth.
And you were more concerned with raising your family than you were with the band, and I thought that you were pulling away from the band, and I cared about the band, and I thought that you were compromising the success of that. And he's like, I now know that was bullshit, and I was all wrapped up in my own shit. And like moments like that where you can see like Kevin is like genuinely hurt, and you can see like they're trying to kind of cover up true feelings because they have a particularly crafted media persona, and when you see that media persona like come down and you get to see them actually be people and like be brothers and like get mad at each other and argue and like bicker, that's when this documentary is awesome and it's really good. Like there's a moment where Kevin had a reality show called Married to the Jonases, and there's an episode where the Jonas Brothers show up and the whole family shows up, and he says it was really awkward and it was really uncomfortable, and Nick and Joe were like, yeah, we fucking hated the reality show. We felt like it was like airing our dirty laundry on television and we hated it. And I'm like, that shit is interesting. Or there's a moment, one of my favorite Jonas Brothers moments of all time, which is Kevin is on the phone with what would eventually be his wife, and Nick and Joe are like making kissy faces and just generally being annoying while he's on the phone.
Okay, the number is 810.
Yes, that's okay.
8622.
Yes, it did.
Her name is Felicia. She handles all of our, she's with us. She's like, I don't want to call her a personal assistant, but she kind of is.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. She takes care of all that stuff. So sweet. That is the number to call, I hope, and I can't wait to. Not a problem. No, it's not gonna be a problem. Just 10 o'clock we hit the stage.
So be there or be square.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's totally cool. I hear you. No, I think, and then we're hanging out a little bit after. Like, I think there might be a little chill out time after the show. Okay. Rockin'. I will see you in a little while then. Awesome. Bye.
Good job.
Don't talk to me while I'm on the phone anymore.
Sorry. Whatever. We're just really excited because she's your wife.
And he's like, he's trying to be, yeah, that's us. You go backstage and you just pick up tickets and they're like, they're like kind of basically doing this being annoying. And he gets off
typical
the phone.
Brother thing.
Yeah, and you, it's really funny. You get the vibe from as much as like people in the media, Nick gets, and in this documentary they absolutely like Nick has an ego and Joe has an ego, but you very much get moments of like Kevin being like, I'm older brother and my life is just different and I know more than you do. I have more of an opinion than you do. So yeah, he gets off the phone and he's like, you guys are not allowed to talk when I'm on the phone ever. And he's just real. And then there's a point later on where they're trying to do a rehearsal and it's after they've kind of sort of had a period apart and they're trying to get back together and make music together. And it's just, they're arguing and fighting. And you can see him, there's a brief moment that capture him going, maybe we need to discuss the fact that this isn't working anymore. And it's like, it's right as they're about to break up. And it's a real moment between them of like resentment and anger. And it's real. And it's not calculated and it's not crafted. And it's not this persona that they've created in the media.
It's genuine.
It's genuine and it's sincere. And that shit is interesting. Right? That shit is interesting to watch because you forget. It's so easy to forget. Like they talk about the Purity Rings thing when they showed up on an episode of Jonas Brothers. They've talked of South Park and Mickey Mouse kicks the crap out of them. They talked about how Kevin and Nick didn't think that was funny. They didn't like that. Joe's like, oh, I thought it was hilarious, but they hated it. Like, and it was a real stark reminder that these are people. And Barney was the same way. Where that's why I like that documentary, where it's easy to forget that the people who make this music, this stuff, that they're
the
people,
things that you like.
that they're that when you shit on, that's why when we do this, we are so careful not to shit on the person who made it, because they're people, and you wouldn't want someone to. It doesn't feel good when someone shits on your podcast and they don't know you, like.
Yeah, well, that's where I'm just like, I have to be like, this is just my opinion. This is just my perspective.
Right,
this is how I would have done things differently. And just because I don't, and this is a thing that over my life I've had to learn, just because I don't approve or I don't like a thing doesn't mean it's bad.
Right, exactly, right. And
I think it's bad. But that doesn't make it bad.
It doesn't make it bad, right? Yeah. Sometimes
necessarily.
it is sometimes
it's just bad.
It's objectively bad. No, it's objectively. But sometimes that's just how I feel about the thing.
But I'm more careful about it. Is the point.
It's also I'm not going to be like Nick Jonas is the worst guy because he made a bad movie, because that's just
He's still just a guy.
He's still just a guy, right?
Who made a choice.
Right, and I would watch a Jonas Brothers biopic, because I would watch a movie that's about their rise and fall. That's about them. There's so many moments in this documentary where I'm like, yeah, I would watch this in a narrative movie form, and I feel it would be compelling.
Who would you cast as each brother?
I mean, I'd have them play themselves. No,
they're too old. You have to, if you're doing
I
a young.
I don't know. Well,
they could play modern day version of them, but for like if you're doing like a biopic where it's encompassing their young career.
Maybe I put this out to the audience, because honestly, I'm gonna flip it on you. Who would you cast? Oh, okay, no. Before you answer this, I'm gonna put some caveats. Is it the same actors the whole time, or are we getting different ones for different ages?
I would say different ones for different ages.
Okay.
And I really only, and I don't know what I guess maybe on the older end, but still young looking. I can't think of what the actor's name is. Hold on. I think he was Mr. Fantastic in Fanforstic.
Miles Teller?
Yeah, I think that's his name.
Okay, but part of this is I think they gotta be able to sing though, surely, right?
Depends. Is that the point of it, or are you doing it about their life as brothers? Because if so, I have no idea what singer looks like them. I can't answer that.
I don't know. My go-to when it comes to
because my assumption is that in this example of a biopic, you're doing a whatchamacallit, a Weird Al example where Daniel Radcliffe is playing the character, but Weird Al is doing all the singing.
Oh, I mean, yeah, you could do that. You could definitely do that. I mean, for me, my go-to would be...
If you're doing a Jonas Brother thing, to me, you have to, like, even if it's them in 2025 singing a new version of their song, I think you could...
Okay, here you got I mean, if you're gonna do a biopic about, you gotta have at least a few of the songs. Now, my inclination when it comes to celebrity biopics is always cast someone I've never heard of. I'd much rather it be someone I've never heard of. That way, when I go into it, I just see Nick Jonas, or I just see Joe Jonas, or I don't see X person playing Joe Jonas. And
yeah, like I don't want to have a Seth Rogen playing one of them.
Not
for example.
That would happen, but yeah.
No. I'm not saying specifically, but I'm saying like a celebrity voice I don't want to have like a just you're throwing a Jack Black in there just for the sake of it being a Jack Black.
Or in terms of getting someone who maybe looks like the Jonas Brothers, like a Timothy Chalamet, where like, yeah, he looks like the Jonas Brothers and he can sing, but I just see Timothy Chalamet. Timothy Chalamet is Willy Wonka. And that
okay.
Movie. I'm like, yeah, he can sing and he kind of looks like the Jonas Brothers a little bit, but like he's not an example of someone I would use. But I'm just saying, like, I would just
I get what you're saying.
I would want when it comes to musical or to biopics, I'm always like, get someone unknown who really encompasses that you've never heard of that really. And yeah, I'd want someone who could sing. I'd be doing the music. I'd want to get I kind of want one person who we could kind of age up. Maybe get them as maybe have someone play them as kids, but definitely I would want to do like, because in my brain when I was watching this, I could picture the two scenes. I could picture the scenes of them breaking up because they describe it so vividly, and I could picture the bit where they get back together. Like I could picture those scenes in my head, and I would watch this movie.
See, if I'm doing it my way, if I have full creative control, the parts that have singing, for the most part, are in the present, and it's the Jonas Brothers who are singing it.
See, that's not as much fun to me. Like to just have the Jonas Brothers sing as themselves. That's not it. That's not terribly interesting.
Yeah, but that's what people want, and that's what's gonna sell.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think if you get a decent sound, not sound alike, but you get a person who kind of sounds like them.
No, you can't. You can't do that, because then if you want to have the Jonas Brothers sing, you're going to notice that they don't sound the same.
No, it's fine.
So
you have to. Sound the same.
You have to commit to commit to the bit and decide what you're going for.
Like
and for me,
I hated in Weird because Daniel Radcliffe can sing. I hated in Weird when they dubbed him over with Weird Al. I much prefer having a person who can actually sing. And maybe
but then for me at that point you have to commit to that. Like I don't mind either way,
yeah,
but it's an either or. It's either you have the fresh singers do all the singing and you don't have the Jonas Brothers in it at all.
I don't think I don't think the Jonas Brothers should be in it. No.
Or you have the Jonas Brothers in and they sing.
Yeah, no. I don't think they should be in it. Oh, well, no, that's not true. I think they should be in it, but as like cameos, playing like record executives.
I could see the one way that it would work for me for them to be in it in a loose capacity is if it's the beginning of the movie and the end of the movie, and it's the framing the device, and like they have a photo album which has actual pictures of them, and they're looking at it and they're like, that's the framing device is them like reminiscing about things that happened.
No, I mean, I want a traditional biopic where you get a relative unknown to play them, and yeah, it's again I would have it be about the rise of the band, and then I would have it be about the peak of the band. And then I would have it because it's all built in there. There's a rise, there's a fall where they break up, and then there's a redemption at the end where they get back together. Like it writes itself. It writes, especially with Camp Rock 3 coming out. Like you could totally do that. I would watch it. Anyway, that's the Jonas Brothers, Chasing Happiness. Hey there, everybody. It's NCAR Justin here. Let me know down in the comments. Have you seen Jonas Brothers Chasing Happiness? Were you real bummed out when they broke up? Were you real excited when they got back together? And you know what, just for fun, what are your thoughts on Camp Rock 3 coming out? Anything at all? What are you thinking? Let me know down in the comments down below. But in the meantime, if you would like to see the full podcast that this video is from, our documentary episode, click the box on the left. Or if you just want to see a random video that YouTube thinks you're going to enjoy, you click the box on the right. Hit subscribe if you haven't already. We put new videos out 7 days a week. Or you can just leave us a comment, or leave us a like. That helps us out as well. We will see you all in the next video. Have a good day, everybody.